my friends, yesterday, Thursday, I'm filming this on Friday, I was accepted into monetizing videos. I did it. So, that's one milestone reached, or the second milestone. But to celebrate that, I figured I'm not done with the Yamaha yet. Firstly, because I need to test the launch control, and the easiest way is to test it on the dyno roller instead of going out terrorize the street. But second of all, this. Can I reach 100 wheel horsepower? Go or blow? Let's go. Today is the day. I will tell you what I'll be doing to hopefully adapt the engine to some nitro. I've calculated that I should about 5-6% nitro would maybe take me to the 100 rear wheel horsepower limit, not limit, level. I hope to do it. This is the first time for me ever dyno with nitro. I've made some small tests earlier, but never put any load to it. A couple of years ago also. So this time I have blended a slightly above 5% nitro per weight, not per volume. Per weight. The density of methanol is almost 0.8 kilo per liter. Nitro has density almost 1.3 kilos per liter. So they differs a lot. And I have studied nitro. It needs a lot of timing. But I have only added 5%, 5 to 6%. So I have left the timing untouched as for it now. I have the same timing curve as when I dynoed the 93 wheel horsepower. I have opened the main power jets a quarter of a turn more, and I have opened the auxiliary, the added power jet that is electronically controlled, a quarter of a turn more also, due to the fact that nitro has a totally different stoichiometric value. I can't remember the number. It's very rich compared to methanol and darn rich compared to petrol. So that's the mods I've been doing at this point. I will make a test start, warm it up, see if it responds as I want. If not, I might need to adjust the metering rods in the carburetors. So I figure we'll go from there, and let's see if there are any positive results. I haven't got a clue at all at this point, but and in the end, let's rock. Let's rock. There you go. Good enough. we can pause for a while. It needs more fuel on the rods, so I can I need to lift them up a couple of turns. So let's try again. I have raised the rods 2 turns, actually 2.5. I like big changes. So let's see if it responds to throttle now. Ignition's on, neutral fans. So if we could get this so if we could get this, say around about there, it's 82 compared to 89, it's 7 more horsepower. If I could get this to just, I think it was a little bit rich in the second box, but it's stopping a little bit. But to get this, it is calculated to 100. I might touch it.
Pause here for a while though. I'll pause here for a while though. I need to excavate the fumes in the garage. And I haven't got too much fuel, so I'll do a couple of pulls more and see if I can get it to rev. I'll think through those and take a couple of pulls soon again.
I think you can stop, keep on recording, it doesn't matter. I can take the battery off. I need to look at the spark plugs and phone a friend. I'll take the screen recording device. I don't know if you can see, yes, it's running rich as wanted, and that's the way the curved off the earlier probably. It's very, the soot strap, the soot on the porcelain is about 3-4 millimeters high now. So just 2 pulls. So I'll check right and left and compare them. See if anyone's running more lean or rich than the other one. Left, right. Left one's, the left one is running slightly richer than the right one. So I can lean off the left one. I'll take that on the main power jet. I'll take 1/4 of a turn leaner on that one. No, let's say 2/5 of a turn, and then 1/4 of a turn on the main one, on the right one. Oh, gut. Raus, schnell Waffe. Get lost. Ut med dig. Recording. Yes, I guess so. I show you a thing about running nitro. Well, it's cool, it's gives you power, but this was just a test of the dyno, not of the dyno, test of the bike, and me wanting to know how that fuel works. And close enough, 99.3. Might be more if I take away some smoothing, but that's cheating. But I'll check anyway, just be curious, because yeah, I noticed a thing though. It shifted the RPM to a lower level, about 600 RPM. So it's probably due to colder pipes, and you need longer, no, not longer, you need shorter pipes when running nitro. And I'm not keen on building new pipes just for that, as this was just a test. And successful test though. I noticed that this much nitro gives this much power. Quite cool to know, but I won't use it on the track though, because of one thing. I need to build a longer exhaust pipe so I can leave the exhaust further back from the bike. Because look at this. I don't know if you can see it though. It's gooey. The wheel is acting like a propeller and sucking fumes into the rear wheel. You can see it's marking. It's wet. It's just I need to make longer pipes leaving the gases or aim them more outwards. Problems with this. I won't use it. I won't do it. I'll just keep up with methanol. It's become wet enough by that. But I'm happy with the result though. I'll go check. I'll pause for a little bit and check with and without smoothing on the curve. Oh, wait a second, excuse me. We should check the curves together. The second from last pull made the best. The other pull right here, when it became hot, it made a lot less horsepower. Either due to it blew out the spark, or it was too rich. Because it followed right here and then just peer the green line. It didn't want at all. So that's not of interest. This, when it ran clean, is more of interest. It says right now actually quite small losses. Only 9 wheel horsepower loss in the transmission. No, not wheel horsepower. Only 9 horsepower loss. I'll calculate though while you're watching. Where's the calculator? Calculator right there. I got 99.3 now with smoothing. 99.3 divided by 0.9. That's 110 on the crank with 10% losses. 99.3 divided by 0.85, 50% losses. That's almost 117 to the crank, if calculating like the big guys are doing. So I'm happy with the result. And oh, by the way, I talked about smoothing. As I have a lot of smoothing on my curves when normally dynoing, I took away some smoothing, and this isn't correct though, but it is still a nice curve, not too jagged, and 105 to the wheel without smoothing. Not without smoothing, with a lot less half smoothing as I had round there about. And let's look. There's the peak, 105. This you can look. No, I don't know. Correction is about, it corrects a lot today, but it isn't important. And the one that I lost a lot of horsepower in, I also ran on 6th gear. You can see the speed was very much higher than the other ones. I always lose power when doing that also, but it also, the green curve, let's show you, it just it bludders. It didn't want anything at all. I think I blew out the ignition, the spark actually, because now it is pressure in the cylinders. So let's take away. I can probably fix this a little bit with timing, but nah, I'm happy with this. So with that, we're closing off, and thank you guys for watching. I have finally reached the second step, as I talked to in the intro, and now this night I earned my first penny. I'm getting rich now, really rich. Yeah. 0.52 Swedish kroner for this night. So yeah, I'm getting rich. Yeah. Yeah, well, have a nice one. Bye guys. So let's analyze a little bit and make an outro. Today is the day. I thought I'd show off a little bit about, not show off, visualize or present to you a little bit how much nitro could do in your two-stroker. And I added about 6% weight, not by volume, and I have activated the curve I dynoed earlier, 93 wheel horsepower. No torque. I can add it so you can see it right now. I will take it away because it becomes really messy with a lot of curves. But this is the power and this is the torque. I got about 61, almost 60.77 Newton meters of torque at 11,565 RPM and 93 horsepower at 11,748. I can see 46 or 48. Well, enough about that. I'll take the torque away. So today I blended in some nitro in the fuel. I have been curious for a long time and I needed to see it. And yeah, right here I activate the first curve. It was way rich and it gave power. I calculated that this percent level should give me about 7 or 8 horsepower just to break the 100 horsepower mark. And I noticed it laid off up in this region too early, and but I gained about 7-8 horsepower in general and in the rest of the curve. So it ran rich, it tapered off and folded flat on its nose. So I thought, yeah, let's lean it out a little bit, but this pull is a repetition. 1, 2 right here is one is this tune, and pull number 2 is a repetition of the same tune, and it made less power, but it ran out longer due to some heat in the pipes probably and something like that. It shifted upwards a little bit, but it's still rich. So I can take that one away now, and now I leaned it out. I balanced the I looked at the spark plugs, I looked at the tune, and I balanced the power jets. I leaned the right one off on the main power jets 1/4 of a turn, and the left one 2/5 of a turn, because I saw the left one was running a little bit richer than the right one. Excuse me. So this pull,
bam, 99.3. My goal was 100 HP to the wheel, and I call this close enough. I'm happy with this. I won't destroy it for 0.7. But I thought maybe I need some more heat in the pipes, even though I always lose power running on 6th gear compared to 5th gear, probably due to gear ratio inside the gearbox. The gear is like an overdrive on the 6th gear. So this one. And it also stuttered and ran rich, or something. Yeah, I can't answer. I never analyzed it, just didn't want to leave any power on the 6th gear. Maybe bad air in the garage, as there is a lot of smoke, very much smoke, and it stuttered because maybe I blew out the spark. Well, whatever, it could be whatever. So disregard from that one. A little bit more tuning, and it might become a little more repetitive. Get some more repeatability on this tune. And I'm quite happy with 99.3, only if I could get it up to this region again. But I didn't measure exhaust temperature because in these pipes I haven't got any bungs welded in them. I figure maybe lean off a little bit more and I can gain back some temperature to get it to correct RPM. But I do not want to run nitro lean, so I need shorter pipes. But I won't build any new pipes just for this. And there's a problem also with nitro. I won't run it in real life later because it's just becomes a mess. It's just oil and dirt everywhere, and the rear wheel acts like a propeller and sucks in the oil, and it's oil everywhere. No good. So I'll just skip this. It was a fun test. And I got a lot of smoothing on the curves, as I do not want to have people discussing, oh, you haven't got smoothing, you can get those peak numbers or blah 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 blah. And I got a lot of smoothing, so I can take away some to get the normal value I used to run. It still becomes quite nice curves, no jagged curves, just a little bit. And we can check that. We'll check that live together right now. I got this configuration screen, and right here is the smoothing. I used to run 1, 2, and 0.4. Update tests on. Okay, you see the curves. This is more like how I felt the let's see, the blue curve, no, this one. This is more like I felt how it behaved on 6th gear. It just blew out the spark and didn't feel like running at all. And this is probably, you can see the curve, power curve is going upwards kind of steep. So there's a lot of torque right here. So thereby I'm guessing I blew out the spark when there became a lot more pressure used on 6th gear. And taking that curve away again, I can mark up. If using the smoothing I'm ordinary using 105 to the wheel. And well, it's a lot, but nitro can give you a lot. But I don't know. This needs to be verified on a secondary dyno before using this as a fact. But I have, in this smoothing form and with my dyno, I have compared to other dynos, and it shows about plus minus half horsepower from time to time. So this 105, it's insane. And we can calculate that. Let's reach out for the calculator. Where is that one? There. Let's say I've got this 105 HP to the wheel, divided by 0.85, as the big guys are calculating with 15%. I got 123.5 to the crank, 0.53. 103.5 to the crank.